You know what this is? You know what that is? Write a comment on what video you want me to do next. Bad Moms is a 2016 comedy starring Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, Kathryn Hahn, and Christina Applegate. Bad Moms isn't a bad movie, it's just very one note. Now before I harp on all the negatives, let me get the positives out of the way. I like the concept of parents not wanting to be parents. I'm sure it's been done before, but I can't remember. And I think it could work well these days with maybe with a Kevin Hart or maybe The Rock as parents who no longer want to be parents. It's a pretty cool concept. The second positive is there's full frontal nudity.
Oh my God, that's a giant bush.
Not a lot of movies do that these days, so I thought that was pretty interesting to see. I thought this scene was pretty funny.
I know, but I have a family and stuff, so...
Hey, you know how important family is to me. I got a road on my arm right there. It's dope, right?
So tight.
And the cut versus uncut circumcision scene, where they use Kristen Bell's jacket as a foreskin.
So what you would do is very gently, you would just kind of try to peel it back over like that to expose the head of the and then you would just gently, you want to, sorry honey, you just want to kind of, like, it gets a little tight and you got to kind of work it, you know, got to work it off. And then you just go to town.
All right, those are all the positives. So I'm going to break this movie down in 3 sections because I could honestly talk about this movie for hours. I don't want to do that. Let me get this out of the way. I don't hate Mila Kunis. She's fine in that 70s show. I think she's a perfect fit for Meg on Family Guy.
You're such a good listener. You're not like the other boys. You're so good with animals.
That being said, Mila Kunis is not a lead role actor. She's fine as a secondary character. I remember her in the Book of Eli, she was fine. She did fine in the movie Ted. She has somewhat of a name recognition from past projects, but just lacks that charisma in order to carry the movie.
What are you talking about?
Here's a pop quiz for you. Name the titles of at least one of these 2 movies. I'll give you 30 seconds. And your time is up. These were the 2 movies that Mila Kunis was the lead in, and they did not do so well. So that just illustrates my point. She's not a lead actress. The plot is pretty standard. Basically, Mila Kunis is a hardworking mom who finds her husband cheating. Then she no longer wants to be a mom and stops taking all responsibility.
I'm just gonna take these to go.
At the end of the movie, she realizes her kids are great and she should be a better mom. Kristen Bell is pretty much a doormat to her husband and attends to all her kids.
Okay.
By the end of the movie, she has her husband pitching in and helping, taking care of the kids.
I left it in the car.
Okay, well, let's go get it, dude, right? Chop, chop.
I'm so sorry. Be right back.
It's not gonna grab itself.
Kathryn Hahn is a promiscuous single mom.
Your beige windbreaker is really lighting up my board.
Oh, thanks.
Do you know what I mean? My vagina.
Kathryn Hahn no longer has sex in front of her kid. I'm not really sure what her arc is. I don't think she really even has an arc.
Still cannot believe I pushed that thing out of my choach.
Christina Applegate's character is Supermom, and by the end of the movie, we realize she too is vulnerable.
But no, my life is so not awesome.
As a side note, this movie really didn't need to be rated R. It's clearly shot as a PG-13 movie, but I'm assuming one of the executives saw that no one's really gonna watch a bad mom's movie without an R rating, so they just inserted that nude scene in the beginning just to give it an R rating. Also, I think the entire budget was spent on these old pop songs that is used in every external shot or transition scene.
I do the cooking, yes, I do the cleaning. It's time to get the chains out. Is your tongue tied up? Set your own destiny. This woman is my destiny.
Now, I know this movie doesn't pertain to me because, one, I'm not a mother, and two, I don't care for these kind of movies, but I guess the overall message is okay, that mothers can make mistakes but still be considered a good mom.
When it comes to being a mom, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
Alright, in conclusion, Bad Moms isn't a terrible movie. It's clearly made for mothers to enjoy. And Mila Kunis isn't the best lead for the role, I think. Other than that, it was a fine movie. So I'd give it a 4 George Bushes out of 10. Oh, and I know there's a Bad Moms Christmas. I'm not gonna